This ship collected specimens, 5 new life forms from distant planets. Monsters.
What's up, everybody? Matt Corvo coming at you live from Montreal, Canada. I hope you're doing great. Today we are Monday, November 3rd, and I just wanted to do my journaling session, recording my screen and talking over it. So basically, I'm a futures trader and I trade order flow. I trade the S&P 500 E-mini futures. The order flow tools that I look at are the footprint charts, the volume profile levels. I look also at VWAP deviations. I look at a heat map, which I use on my other computer. I'm really into my order flow learning journey. I'm here to learn, I'm here to improve, and this is a great way of doing so. Great, so I didn't have a really good day trading today. I got in here and I was really targeting previous daily low, and price completely reversed in my face. It was pretty bad, if you ask me. Alrighty, so if we open my Top Step account, my practice account, this is basically what happened today. I got in here on this move and I was so close to hitting TP. I was literally 49 to 43. I was 6 points away and price completely reversed in my face out of nowhere. I don't understand why. There were no levels there. And yeah, it finally took me out at break even. So I was literally, how long in the trade? 2 hours. 2 hours in the fucking trade and it took me out. Sucks. Completely sucks, and price has been doing jack shit for the whole PM session. So a really shitty day if you ask me. And for a Monday it was kind of trending, nice little move, and it just reversed here out of nowhere. Wouldn't be able to tell you why. So I just wanted to go over today. As you can see, those are my results. Pretty mediocre, but I'm persevering. I'm a break-even trader. I'm going to get there one day. So let's go to Notebook. Today, Monday, November 3rd. Perfect. So as always, before I start, I take 30 minutes to do something that is called my pre-market game plan, where I check at my economic calendar, I identify the market conditions, I identify my directional bias for the day, and I identify key levels to play from for the session. So I identified that today the market was compressed. That's pretty obvious. And then on the daily, I said we're still bearish. Even though we are overall bullish, we're still in our bearish retracement. The same thing on the 4 hour. So basically I said I want this swing high to be broken. And then again, I want it to be broken again, so that we can confirm our bullish trend, that we switched from bearish to bullish. But even then, let's say we break it here, breaking this when we're going to have a break of structure here, I mean, we're not going to be bullish forever. We're going to need a pullback sooner or later. So this whole market structure thing for me, it's not super relevant. And then I said, yeah, at London, price gave the most beautiful buy ever. It came at previous day point of control here, and it just bought all the way to a very precise place, the Asian high. If you want to identify the directional bias looking at the volume profiles, it's pretty simple. We're very compressed. Price was really playing between the previous day POC, and it was maintaining itself a little bit above the value area high, but then it completely broke under. So it's showing some sort of bearishness. Okay. Right, so that was primarily my bias for today. I said here we have so many levels. We have imbalances, we have buy limit orders, we have the previous day POC, which already gave a buy, we have London's low, we have the overnight volume profile point of control 2, we have the previous day value area low. Looking all very good for a compressed market to sell from here and buy from here at this whole area in the 68.70s. So here I was really looking for a buy, but then it just didn't turn out like this. And as a matter of fact, I started selling somewhere here, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see exactly. I started selling here I started selling here and held it and held it and held it way past here. None of those levels held. And it's very important to look at the digits inside of my imbalances on the 5 minute on ES, because if the digits are very small in it, first of all, you want to hone in on the 1 minute to see if there's absorption going on. But if there isn't, like it's not going to hold. And London, they don't they can give a reaction, of course, but they really do not have to give a reversal. So that's why you really want to confirm with the footprints looking on the 1 minute. Is that ugly, guys? Is that ugly? Please tell me. Price came into an imbalance here at 8:30, but I said I'm not willing to sell just right now because I removed it, but we had sell limit orders on the ask at just higher. So for me, that's like something that acts as a magnet to price. So I was like, even though I am seeing this thing might reverse, I don't want to sell just yet. And I was right, because it kept going higher and higher. Yeah, you see, so I tend to enter here. I enter on the first impulse, and sometimes that's a very bad idea. And it would have taken me out. I put my stop loss here. I enter here when I have a confirmation, and I would have gotten taken out just because I was looking at the book map and I saw that we had a level here. Perfect. So I said, okay, I might be looking. One thing I'm really noticing, psychological levels, round levels, they're bullshit. They really don't work. I mean, if they were working, I would have seen it in at least 10 days of trading. I would have seen some reliability with it, but I absolutely don't. Okay, and here I was maybe looking for a sell, but then really use those levels as entries is pretty bad if you ask me. Okay, let's continue here. And then, yeah, at 9, boom, you had crazy news. PMI, which I didn't see on Forex Factory. It just completely did a spike through all my levels, as you can see here. Really ugly price action. And then the volume kind of slowed down until cash open. This was fucking bookmap. Those levels appeared right here. When price was right here, those levels appeared. And they got completely spoofed. So that really sucks. You see, just manipulation on the news, manipulation on the current order book with bookmap really sucked. It was confusing. They both disappeared, was poofing. Then another one appeared. Just price started buying and buying. I had no idea. I was maybe looking at the previous daily high to start selling from there, looking for a reversal. But there was absolutely nothing, no imbalances for me to play from. So that really sucked. And then price out of nowhere after cash open, and then there was not really a manipulation at cash open. It just started going in one single trend. No manipulation at cash open today. Just started crashing. And I was like, there were imbalances here, but I was like, I'm pretty sure they will not hold. This is what I'm saying here. If you look at the digits inside of my imbalance, they were very, very small. So I was, man, I don't think this will hold. Even though there's no point in predicting. Once it reaches it, I want to look at the 1 minute here if there's absorption. And if I'm not seeing it, I'm not entering. And then, yeah, this imbalance completely failed, got broken through. So they all got broken through. And then this is the craziest thing. I will tell you exactly why I entered here. And it was a test trade, right? This thing that you see here, it's here. So price here was just completely crashing and it was leaving those huge imbalances. And then price broke through this imbalance here. And I thought with such huge numbers, I've been trying a few times to enter here. I see my absorption going on, and then price completely fails to break through and it reverses. And when I saw those crazy imbalances here, 315 and also 157, 153, first I was not getting my signal to start buying, and I thought it will get absorbed by the imbalances and it will keep selling. So I just got in on a quick with one micro contract, just trying to sell from here. And it after a couple minutes, it went in profit. And then I had all my levels and I really wanted to see if they were going to hold. But like I told you, I had imbalances here and I knew they wouldn't hold. I just knew they would not hold because the digits inside were so small. You see those digits? They're tiny. So I just knew this imbalance would not hold. So I learned many lessons today. Many lessons. It's not because price reaches the previous day point of control that it has to give a reversal like it did here. It's not because it reaches the overnight volume profile point of control it has to reverse. It's not because it took London's low that it has to reverse. It might give a reaction, but that's about it. It's not because it took this swing low that it has to give a reversion. Previous day value area low, just nothing. No reactions whatsoever. As a matter of fact, you had a reaction here, but that's about it. It can one this level, this level, this level, this level, this level, this level. It gave this reaction, but then it just kept melting and melting. And don't ask me why it reacted here. I have no idea. I don't see anything here, nor on the footprint, nor on price action. You could argue, I don't even see, there's no fair value gap. Just nothing. So maybe it was on NQ. Maybe it was on NQ. Just curious. Let's look at 1032. Yeah, okay. 1032 looks interesting. It took London's low. NQ should not be able to move the S&P 500. That's the only explanation I could have. I don't see nothing. From a volume perspective, there's no reason why it bounced here. But if you look here, there, yes, price came into a level on Bookmap, but it was nothing. It was nothing crazy. It was maybe 100 orders. Impossible it gave that reversal. Even if you look at VWAP, price reached VWAP like here. It was breaking through VWAP the entire time. And you want to tell me here is where it reversed? It's just bullshit. Very tricky day if you ask me. I was fucking, like I said, 6 points away from TP. Yeah, this is a recording that took an hour and 11 minutes of when I entered in the trade and when it almost reached TP. You can see the trade. But the most I was in profit was really, it was $150. I should really go for smaller moves for sure, but I mean, the trade made sense. How did it go on 10? I would give it a 3. 1 BE. You know, BEs are not bad, but if I'm constantly having BEs on the days I should be making profit to cover my losses, it kind of sucks. But I think if you were to ask me, Matthias, or any trader, price is fucking here. You got absolutely nothing here. No levels whatsoever. If price is here and PDL is here, like where do you place? Would you expect a complete reversal? As of today, I can really say I saw everything. I really fucking saw everything. This was high probability and that really sucks. I'm quite annoyed by it. And yeah, it could just completely reverse like this. Sucked. Maybe it was a tweet from Trump. I don't know. So let's have a look here. Super negative candle, of course. But then no follow through. Kept going down. The sellers are really disappearing somehow. And then this one, super positive. But you still have sell pressure because you have a wick here. And then boom. It's not leaving any trap sellers, no zeros at the bottom. This one is somehow having a B shape. And then this one to a B shape. It went from minus 217 to 163. But frankly, it did this kind of stuff fucking everywhere. Here, it was doing similar things. And every point of fucking reversal, it was doing similar things. So you can't just rely on that at random places. You have to start looking at the prints at your levels. Now, there were no levels there. Nothing. And now this one from minus 217 to 163, not looking good. But then the sellers are showing up again. You see this one? But it kind of failed to go anywhere. This one too. Minus 354 to minus 27. But it didn't do really much anything. And then boom. You see just the buyers showing up again. Boom, boom, boom. That really sucked. But then again, you see Just sellers trying to push it. And yeah, it's just been like really shit. And even then, I want to come back here at 9:30. You see here 9:30. What did it take? It didn't really. It took this swing high, but it reversed from just a random place, just because it was cash open. Sometimes I guess it's not technical. It's just the hedge funds moving orders like they want. You see this, okay, it's kind of telling you, okay, maybe it wants to sell, leaving trapped sellers here. But what you want to see are trapped buyers. You want to see trapped buyers on this side. You really want to see trapped buyers for a short. You don't want to see trapped sellers for selling. You want to see trapped sellers for long. And then dumps completely, but still it goes from minus 358 to 32. But it dumps, it dumps, it dumps. So I studied this. We went over this. So we went over this point of reversal. We went over this one. Now let's just look at the one at London, even though I don't trade this session at all. At fucking... No way I'm on the charts at 3 in the morning in the middle of the night. Like any reversal, it's somehow complicated. It reaches the previous day point of control. And it's just a mess. It's a mess for how long? 2 o'clock, literally an hour. It's a mess. It's a mess for an hour. So to know when it's really gonna start moving is super tricky. Not telling me anything really. Boom. Okay, maybe the first candle you have an imbalance. You might get in here on the imbalance. Whoa, I've never seen this. There's nothing here. This is a real gap. No orders. Get in here, it fills it. So when was that? So maybe that was an entry here. You don't see too much follow through. Gets absorbed. This one goes from minus 31 to 5 and it shoots up. Leaves trapped sellers. This would have been nice. 76.25. So here could have been your entry. And you target this. This would have been a nice 8 Rs. Yeah. Anyway, that trade was really beautiful, but somehow a little bit complicated. When it's messing like this, like I could have said, yeah, you enter here, and then you would have gotten taken out. And those are the worst reversals. If you've been trading long enough and you have experience, you know about them. Price comes at your level, and you think you have your entry, but then it comes lower. Boom. And then you re-enter because you think it was a liquidity grab, and then boom, takes you out. Sucks. This can happen. You got it right here. Boom, boom, boom. I don't wish it was easier. I wish I was better, but I don't know how I could have known that it would fucking start buying from there. No fucking idea. And it's not like, why would London be important for the NASDAQ? And then why would NASDAQ impact the S&P 500? It's the S&P 500 that impacts the NASDAQ. So I learned many things today. My levels don't have to give a reversal at all. Price can reverse out of nowhere because... I will put it, S&P 500, ES, can reverse out of nowhere because NQ took out the London's low. I can play a break and retest of an imbalance that failed because by looking at the digits, is very simple. Price comes into an imbalance on the 5-minute, it fails, and then it creates another imbalance, a red one, just a little bit under. I could enter here. I see those. I could expect price to come and fill it, and the next imbalances are way lower. I can expect price my setup here to start buying, and I got many levels under. I don't see my long setup here, my absorption going on. I could just try to sell from those imbalances. I know price would at least fill those imbalances, and then it will continue selling. So that's what I learned from today. Pure experience. Yeah. So that's my end of day recap, my post market analysis. Yeah, guys, I think I'm done here. I think that's over for today.